Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you how to load your pen with glue dots instead of using the wax in your pens. I just find with the glue dots, I normally don't have to change them in my pens for about 2 days. So I usually just swap them around after a day or so. Sometimes I can get a little bit longer, but I think I'm a little bit heavy-handed when I do it, so they don't last as long. First one I'm going to show you is the mini glue dots, which is those ones. You can see the size, so they're quite tiny. There's 325 in a box. I used to just use these, but I found I was having to put about 7 in my pen. And I thought if I start using the mini with the micro, I would use less. And I think that's what's happened. So normally what I do now is I use 2 micro dots in it and 1 mini. So I'm only using 4 dots as opposed to 7. So it saves a bit of money. That's the minis. So if I put them together, you can see the vast difference in sizes. I think you would find if you put 2 mini dots in your pen, it would overfill it too much. So it's just going to be trial and error how you want to do it. So there they both are there. So you can see the fish is the minis and the little purse thing is the micro dots. Okay. Now you can also buy at Spotlight these little dispensers. So I've got one for each of mine. I just put a sticker on it and I wrote on it, one says mini, one says micro. Reason is you can just pull it out, tear it off, and you don't have to worry about the roll coming unrolled, that sort of thing. So I'm just going to pull this out enough so that I can do 2, 4. Yeah, so that's all I do. I usually just do that, then I'll have them sitting there when I do it. Okay, I have actually got glue dots in here and they are due to be changed to do my second day. So all I do is I get my pointy tweezers, so just the ones that come in your kits, just put it in there and just carefully pull it out. You don't want to sort of, I mean, it doesn't matter if it comes apart because you can just shove it back in. So that's how it looks. That's after probably just over a day. Now, if I was going to put that back into my pen now and reuse the other end, I just grab the good end that was in the pen. The bit here is the part that was sticking out and I was using. I usually just get it with my tweezers and I just give it a bit of a stretch. Just makes it easier when you put it back into your pen. So I just sort of twist it so it doesn't break. Then I just get that end here, which is the end that was previously hanging out of my pen, just like that. So you can just see it sitting there. Get your pen back. Just, oops, I've just dropped it. Just let me get it back again. Just pop that into your pen. And then being very careful, because I have stabbed myself a few times, when you're pushing it back in, just pop it back into your pen like that. Just shove it down. And then what I normally do, I've got a steel ruler here, so I sometimes just do it on my steel ruler, or you can do it on a bench top or whatever. I won't do it on the ground. I just press it down. Sometimes when I first put them in there, I'll put it on my finger too, because they are very, very sticky, and sometimes they'll stick to your drills and it'll pull the glue out. It is trial and error. So I'm just going to pull these other 2 out of my multi-placer, which is a 2 multi-placer. I'm just going to pull those out. I'm not going to put these ones back in because I want to show you how to load the other ones. So I'll just pull this out. It's being stubborn and doesn't want to come out. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to get what I do, and like I said, you can do it completely differently. I just get one of the micro dots, which is the smallest one, and I just get my tweezers and I just sort of roll it against there. Now, you can probably just see that there. It's a little bit hard, I know. I'll try and put it against my black shirt so you can just see it there. Then what I normally do is I get it in my fingers and I just roll it a bit so that that takes a little bit of the sticky off. Then just get it back onto the end of your tweezers. Just like that. So you can just see that in there. And then I just shove it in down the bottom. So I usually put a micro in first. Then I'll get my mini ones, which I've lost it now where I've put it. So I'll just pull another one of those off. Dropped it on the floor, I think. Again, I just get my tweezers. Now, these obviously are a little bit bigger, so I just get my tweezers, I just roll it. And again, you can see that one's quite large. Again, I just get my fingers, I just roll it into a little bit of a ball. Now, because these are bigger, they can be a bit trickier, so just put in the top of your pen like that so you can just see, and then just shove it down. Now, I shove that down quite well because when you put your next one in, it's just going to sit on the top. So then get another micro. So we've got another micro dot there. Again, just roll it in your fingers. Sometimes it's a bit tricky to get back on there when you're doing it just all the time. It just seems to work. Of course, when you try to do it with someone else. Okay, so then I just put that on top. Sometimes they will stick out of the top. You're probably not going to be able to see that, but sometimes it will stick out of the top. Just push it down a little bit. Get your ruler, put it on the desk, push it down a little bit just so that it goes down. So now I'm just going to load the other side. So we'll do it exactly the same. Just roll it in your fingers. Shove it in. Get your other mini dot. You don't have to be precise about that, but it's just, to me, it just makes it easier because they're round, so sometimes they can be a little bit harder. I'll get my final micro dot and I'll shove that in, and then you're right to go. Now, sometimes I think these dots can be a little bit undersized. I've actually found sometimes I've had to put a second, like an additional micro dot on top, but very rarely that happens. Sometimes as you start using them, they will be really, really sticky, so I'd usually just pull the drill off. And if it starts coming out a bit, just shove the tweezers in just to push it down a little bit. You can't really see that, but yeah, if it's sticking out a bit, just get your tweezers, just push it down a little bit and go from there. So if you've got any questions, just let me know. Okay, hope that helps. Bye.